Hello, good evening, good evening. How's everybody? How's this MCO? Don't know day number what? And today I'm very excited. Having a interview, my first inaugural formal interview with a celebrity publicist. Yes. We'll get started very shortly. And hello, everybody. How's everybody? Hi, Healing Food by Sam Jewel. Hi, Sam Jewel. Hi, Rose Daddy. Hi, Jackie. Yep. So today, what we are going to talk about is hello, Javier. Hi, Sherontelle. How's everybody? Okay, let's get started. Welcome. Okay, let's get started. Uh, yes. So today, we have a very special guest, and I'm a bit nervous. Uh, this is my first time ever doing a IG live interview. Good, that's safe at home. Yeah, so let me get up Sherontelle. Request for Sherontelle to be on. Sherontelle, yes. Okay, request. Okay, while I wait for Sherontelle, let me quickly introduce Sherontelle. Today I'm very glad and very privileged. This is my first inaugural. Hello, Sherontelle, how are you?
We are here.
Good
Good. I'm
morning
doing
to you. Good
amazing.
morning to you. Good morning to you. Charlie Kai is from Hong Kong is watching as well. But let me very quickly get started. You look fabulous. Wow, look at that
Thank
background.
you. Thank you. I
Yeah.
know. I was trying to check and make sure I checked the lighting because, that is so important. But it seemed to be okay. Huh? It's
Yeah.
bright.
This is my little corner at home. So I would have done it in studio, but we're in lockdown.
Uh-huh.
So we just do it at home. But let get started, okay? You
Okay.
probably don't need you probably don't need a lot of introduction, but just for the benefit of some, who might live in a hole. But let me
Uh-huh.
introduce Sherontelle. Sherontelle is a friend that I met on Clubhouse. She's a celebrity publicist. She's a motivational speaker. She's #1 best-selling author of One Habit series for entrepreneur success, available now on Amazon.com. And I am so honored and so true. I'm so nervous. She has been on Dr. Oz, and Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, my goodness! Now in one breath, I say, oh no. She went on Dr. Oz. She went on Steve Harvey, and now she's on
Yeah.
a. Yeah, so it couldn't be more apt. Couldn't be more exciting. This is my first ever international live interview, and
Nice too.
but
No.
let's fill in the blank. Let's fill in the blank. You are so accomplished. You're so accomplished. You're so good in so many different areas. But if you
Yeah.
really wanted to be known for something, what would it be? It's so hard to pick. Everything
Uh,
is so major for you.
Thank you. It would be perseverance. It would be perseverance because I've been through so much. Overcome a lot of pitfalls in my life. Living in a poverty-stricken neighborhood, surviving domestic violence, surviving just seeing so many friends and so many loved ones die, like people that you really love and truly never want to see them go. At some
Yep.
point along the journey, you lose people. And to be able to persevere no matter what is going on,
Yep.
that to me is more important than any of the accolades, any of
Thank
them.
you. Thank you so much. And the next question before we dive into our subject
Yes.
topic, which I'm very excited. In fact, today I have an experience on that. It's how do you remain so down to earth? You're a major influencer on Instagram. You have your own IG live TV show. You have so many followers. You're appearing in such a small. I have so little following. I just got started on IG. You have Brian McKnight. You have 3 times a Grammy nominated producer, David Bowien's. You name it, you have it.
Yeah.
How do you keep so level headed? And what's the secret to that?
I believe the secret is being okay with who you are. being yourself and always showing up as you. A lot of times with this social media, people can get lost and you cannot know who you are. And you start to become this because you think that is the cool thing, and you will start to do this because you think that's the cool thing, and just really being who you are. For me, I'm comfortable with who I am. I love myself so much. Like, I'm literally in love with myself. And I'm also knowing that I have something that's amazing, that's different and unique. And I have to give that to the world, no matter who accepts it or not. This is who I am. So when you do that, there's no work, because you're just who you are. So I think that people need to find that space where they don't get crowded with all of the noise and tap into the inside. That's inspiration, finding that inside. So that's why.
Wow,
That's
that's
how I live.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, so I think let's get started, because I think
Okay,
a lot of the conversation will tie back to what we're going to talk about. So,
for sure.
what is growth mindset to you?
Growth mindset right now for me is showing up even when things aren't so great. Right now, my son is in the hospital. He's going to be there
Oh,
for some time, right? And this is a growth mindset, knowing that he loves me, I love him, and he knows my purpose. That's why I say I don't want to be around anybody. I don't want to have a relationship with anyone who doesn't understand and fall in love with that process. There are always going to be things that are going to be happening. There are things that's going to just show up in our life, and we have to make the choice. That's the title of my show that I do for our live IG series. We have to make that choice. We have to choose our path no matter what happens. That's the beautiful thing I love about The Alchemist. Like, if you ever read The Alchemist, he goes on
yeah.
this whole journey, and there were so many people and things that were happening, but he was like focused. Like, it was like he was tunnel vision focused on where he wanted to go. People are like, what are you doing that for? Like, that's crazy. Like, don't you see what's going on? Like, I was talking to my daughter on the phone, and she's like, but he's in the hospital. Yes. And I'm trusting the universe. I'm trusting God that the staff is going to be taking care of them. They're going to be there for him. I'm going to come in and check. I'm going to give him the love, but let them do what they need to do and give him that space that he needs right now, because he's 14 years old. And there's definitely he has to be there. And I'm just happy. I'm just so grateful for another day, because every day is such a gift. I was seeing someone yesterday when I was in the car driving, and she was so angry, right? Just angry. And sometimes people wake up like that. How do you wake up? How does that mind work where you wake up and you're so angry? This is a gift. Every breath, every moment, we have to start living and being mindful of the time. And this is not a better time than to be here and talk about growth mindset and talk about what fixed mindset looks like, because this is affecting so many people. And yes, you absolutely have to protect your peace. Your mind is your peace. If you don't protect your mind, you have absolutely nothing. So this is very important to talk about what growth and fixed mindset is.
So thoughts and prayers with your son, and I hope he gets well
Thank you.
soon,
Thank
and
you.
love and peace with him and you as well. So when we talk about growth mindset, right? Coming back to growth mindset now,
Mhm.
for me, I never came across this term until I read Carol S. Dweck. Do we have the same premise?
Oh,
Are we
I
on the
think
same page?
I've read some snippets. For me, when we were talking about what do we talk about, and I was thinking like growth mindset. I didn't even a book honestly did not even come to mind. When I thought about growth mindset, I thought about, man, we're in a pandemic. There's so many people, although there are so many great things, and a lot of us maybe are not struggling, I don't know, financially or whatever, but there is a group that is. They're financially health. I mean, they're struggling in health, they're struggling in finances, they're struggling in the fact that they lost family members. I've talked to people who lost this guy. He lost his mom, his dad, his sister, like his entire family, to COVID. So mindset to me is just everything. We don't need to lose our minds. I don't want anyone to lose their mind, because when you lose your mind, you absolutely lose everything. It's very difficult sometimes to get back to that. So that's what came to mind for me. This pandemic, and just being mindful that everyone, even though I shine and I smile and I say, yes, I've been successful in so many ways, always in the back of my mind, I'm thinking of the people that are actually struggling and don't know how to get out. So maybe through this conversation that we're having, we have 112 people in here. So maybe sometimes those numbers aren't always correct. That doesn't matter. But there are people that are viewing us right now and may really be stuck. I did a show with Dr. Oz and Bishop Jakes, and that's what that show is about. It was about soaring. It was about not letting fear hold you back. It was about being okay with success. Because for me, I struggle with the fear of success, not so much as like, can I actually obtain it? I always believed that I could. I believe in myself. But what do you do with that when you go from not even having $1 to get on the local bus to get to one place to another, to not ever having to worry about that aspect of your life at all, but life is still happening?
Amazing. You know, I must tell my wife about this because she absolutely loved Bishop, the book Saw as well. In fact, I'm not going to touch it. It is just right there because this is the first time me doing it. So for those 113 of you watching, this is my attempt to move out of my comfort zone. It's also a bit of growth mindset.
Yes.
So this is my first time doing it. So we'll love your support and love and support. And, you know, I'm having such a big star. So you could hear it in my voice. So anyway,
we've talked so many times that
but it's different, you know.
It is different.
Yeah, I mean, I have my sense of insecurity about how I look, about my hair, you know, about my teeth, about my voice. Anyway, so it is what it is. So anyway, I want to start by saying that I used to have a very, very fixed mindset. I mean, just a bit of a context, because again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to impress you. If this is the first time you see me, I'm just trying to impress upon you. I built a photographic career. Mm-hmm. So basically, I work with Hollywood A-listers like Jackie Chan, Michelle Yeoh, Jimmy Choo, you know, and Benedict Cumberbatch, people of the light. So I got success relatively young, in early mid-20s. And then for me, I felt a bit invisible and I felt very trapped. I didn't feel like I dared to try anything. So I was very, very trapped and I don't dare to try new things. I just wanted to be so sure, so measured, so educated. So, you know what
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, until when I come into my 30s, then things slightly change. And I think for yourself, you are a celebrity publicist. I mean, you represent some of the biggest names. And for you, although there's big money, big recognition, big fund, you're not walking away from it, but you want that to tone down. You because you felt that you have a better purpose, you have a vision to serve people better, right? So now tell us a bit about how that transitioned. I mean, how do you come to the point of realization, and what give you the strength and the comfort to actually move out of that very comfort? Because I myself have to go through that now. What? Sorry.
Are we back? Okay.
Yes, no problem. Back. Sorry.
In my life, just to give a little snippet, I started in healthcare. I started as a medical assistant. I started as a surgical tech and then went over to EMT. I got like several healthcare trainings. And I come to a point where in my life, it was time to make a decision and a choice. And that next choice was entertainment. And I said, wow, I'm going to have to do this and that. Okay. All right. That's what it is. I think you just start to choose your path. You just start to answer to those questions that comes along your life journey. We're always, every single day, dealt with a choice or a decision that needs to be made, like every single day. So I just listen to the callings every time when they come, even though sometimes to me they didn't make sense. For 15 years, I worked as an EMT. I worked in emergency medicine, and that is not an easy place to work. But I was there. I was planted there for a reason, for a destined time, and I'm so grateful. And then I just kept going. And with being a publicist, I think that at some point it comes to a point where it's just time to continue to evolve, do something more, because we have so many gifts inside of us, and we're here on this physical energy, whatever you want to call it, in a physical realm for just amount of time, whatever that may be. And when I think about that, that just makes me want to just continue. Like I wanted to start to speak. I love talking. I love being in front of the camera. I love getting on a microphone and just talking, because I want to share my story. One day this will all end. And I want to leave a blueprint of my story and my pains and my struggles, because them too, whoever's going to be watching this when I'm long gone, they will also say, hey, Sherontelle, or hey, Kitchen, he felt like I can do this. And that's what it's about. The real currency is giving back. The real currency is planting those seeds and saying, I'm going to water this garden even when my mom dies. I'm going to water this garden even when I feel like these people over here just don't love me. I'm going to water the garden even when I feel that my parents aren't giving me the love that I'm giving them back. All of those things that people deal with, you still have to choose, and you have to choose you, because it's for the people. We are here for the benefit of each other. So that's why this interview is just so amazing. I'll tell you why. Because here I am, America looks at things quite shallow and in a fixed mindset. And for me, as a Black girl coming from the United States of America in Cleveland, Ohio, to have a conversation with Kitchen in the Malaysian community, I absolutely love your community, because you have all of you. Like every time I'm in the room, I've met so many, and we've become friends. Literally, I've become friends. Just love. That's what we need. We need love. And this is my way of giving love. This is your way of giving love. And what an amazing gift. And I just want to say, Kitchen, that I'm just so grateful for you, because we've shared so many virtual stages, and you always just show love to me. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate you.
Likewise, and I appreciate you always dropping gems, Okay, so I'm going to put you in a spot right now, okay?
Oh,
and
gosh.
Next two questions. Do you know what this is? Okay, not fair.
I'm
okay, this is
sorry.
no.
What is
I,
it?
I didn't know until I have to Google it. So this is
Okay.
a CMOS battery. Now,
Uh-huh.
basically, this is a battery that actually sets your desktop. If you have a desktop, it regulates the timer in. So if this goes out of whack, your computer goes out of whack, right?
Yes.
And for me, because for the longest time, I always had my team doing things for me. I dare not touch my computer. Because I
Yeah.
scared like the data get corrupt, But I'm so proud of myself.
You
After
figured it
42
out.
years. No. I bought this online. I Googled it and I changed it today. And also, I also fixed, you know what else I fixed today? I also fixed my steam iron. So I'm really proud of that. Okay. So
Oh gosh.
coming back to you, because it's about you. I mean,
Go ahead.
in the essence, and we have friends coming from all over the world. And
Yeah.
Vivian just coming in from London. Hello, Vivian. Vivian is a good friend. So you have a lot of successes, right? Now let's flip the side of the coin. What is your biggest failure? What do you think is the biggest failure, and how do you overcome it?
One of my biggest failures was fear.
On
I had a
Instagram?
Yeah, I had just fear in life. Like I had a relationship with it. I always feared that if I come out, because for a while I was behind the scenes for a very long time. It wasn't about this. It was about helping my clients. the fear of coming out, the fear of being okay with knowing that I deserve it. I think that that's where fear comes from too, is that you have to know that you deserve this, Sherontelle. But I turned the fear into thinking about it's here to show me something. That's what fear is. Is showing you something that maybe you're not really paying attention to, because when you start to face it, you're like, I could have been doing this a long time ago. Like, why did I not do this? Like, why did I not, be a publicist and be a speaker at the same time? Because I love speaking. Why didn't I do this a long time ago? Or why didn't I do the cooking show that's coming up like a long time ago? I love like, putting things together and seeing it just grow. Like, think about this for a second. When you're let's see, when you're baking a cake, like it only has like a few the items that it starts with, and then
That's
it
right.
turns into something so beautiful. Why didn't I like those are the things that come. And if it's just too many questions for me, I gotta just execute, because I need the answer. So that's how I think. It's always growth mindset for me. Fixed, it leaves you stuck. So the lesson is grow. That's the lesson. Like the lesson is grow. So yeah, that's what I learned.
So for someone who like yourself, if formerly have a lot of fear, I grew up with lots of fear. I grew up with lots of fear. I come from a pretty a good background. My
Mm-hmm.
father was quite wealthy, but unfortunately at about 14, he lost everything. As a result of that, my parents got divorced and my mom had to leave home. And I grew up with lots of fear. Now, if
Yeah.
someone like myself, or someone was in your position, I mean, during this pandemic, I mean, in the past, if people was thinking about side hustle or finding additional source of income, they're afraid, they were afraid of coming out of their comfort zone.
Uh-huh.
What would your advice be? I mean, what's the mini step that they could take, to
You know,
to
sometimes sometimes when I answer these questions, it's not gonna be so nice. It's just do it. I've survived being homeless because I was leaving the abusive relationship, and going back just wasn't an option for me, right? Just going back, that wasn't an option. It was always about surviving and getting through. And I also take that into my professionalism and what I do in my career. All of these really cool things is that you just have to do it. That's the only way to leave it. The only way to leave the comfort zone, the only way to stop living every year the same way. Like there's really people right now that are literally living the same thing every year. They see the same thing because they have not yet like opened the door and step out of the room. Sometimes we have to think like, a lot of us are on lockdown in this pandemic. So we have to think like, what do I have? Like start looking at the box and seeing what you have and taking those tools and going for it. That's it. You just have to do it. And I know it's easier said than done, because people love to say that line. Easier said than done. It's easier said than done. Like what? You make it easy by doing what's hard. Like what are you talking about? You just have to do it. You got to step out on faith and just do it. Even in the pandemic, that's how the IG series started. I could have been like, no, I don't want to. What am I going to be talking about? But I just started. In the pandemic, it was like I
Yep.
cried, I felt it, feel the pain, but you're going to eventually have to face it so that you can grow.
Okay, so I want to come back a bit right now.
Yep.
Also, again, I'm not trying to edify myself. I just say there's a lot of sense of insecurity, interviewing an international best-selling author, celebrity publicist, right? And one of it is I'm not a native speaker, right?
Yes.
Native English speaker, and
Mm-hmm.
and so guys, do forgive me. And I really want to ask this: how is it like, working with Tyrus Gibson? I mean, no less. I mean, like.
I want to say that like attracts like.
Yep.
You find yourself, the friends that I have, I'll be honest with you, at this present moment, don't look like what it used to be. You start to grow and you start to evolve. And working with Tyrus Gibson for the time that I did was absolutely amazing. I'll call him my little big brother because I'm older than him. uh, Absolutely amazing because he never made me feel like he was too busy. He answered, answered my question. I had questions. I always say that those questions sometimes is better than a check. He works hard, like hands on. It wasn't where he got to a certain level and said, "Hey, I got a team," and he did. He had an amazing team for that last album that I was graced to, be a part of promoting. He's just absolutely amazing, and he's family to me. Me and his sister is very good friends. His brother, I'm very good friends with his family, and he's just an absolutely amazing guy. That guy messaged me when he was all the way in, I think it was in Iceland, one of those really cold places, while he was filming Fast and Furious, and I said, wow, this is a person who cares. So sometimes we can get so caught up in like what media says and the tabloids and all of this stuff. But I'll say in my personal experience with Tyrus Gibson, he's an absolutely amazing guy. He's a loving guy and he cares about people. So I love him. And I appreciate him so much for just pushing me along and letting me know that your dreams can come true and you can do whatever you want to do. So that's what I've learned from him.
I love him too. Now
Yeah.
today, with respect to your time, we just got 4 more minutes to go.
I know.
You're
Did it
very
go fast?
yeah, you're very multifaceted. But I think that there's a lot of people being a celebrity publicist is a dream job, right?
Yeah.
So if someone wants to get started in that career, knowing what you know now, and especially in pandemic, what could they do? What can they do?
When I became a celebrity publicist, that found me. I literally was just working and saying, hey, what can I do in entertainment? I just think that people need to believe in whatever it is that they want. Like it is not far-fetched. Like I did not come from a background of entertainment. My mom is not a famous singer. No one in my family, in my immediate family does entertainment on a major level. Like you just have to believe in whatever it is that you want to do and just go and get it, like no matter what. So that would be my advice. Like whatever that is. I'm a publicist, a speaker, an author. Right now I'm getting ready to put out a book. Fear for What? I know that's a pretty bold that's a pretty bold title. Fear for What is the title of my book, Living Beyond Fear, because it is so important just to face it and just go for it. Nothing is off limits. You can have whatever you want to have. I do believe that. But you got to trust the process, though. There is a process, and you got to just believe, and know. That's what growth mindset is. I wrote that down. You got to know who you are. You got to know what you stand for. I stand for my mission. My mission is to inspire men, women, and children to believe in their dreams, to step into their purpose and live in their greatness. Like that. That's my mission every single day. So know what you stand for and how do you want to move forward?
Wow, there's just so much value. Now, obviously, people, if they want more of you, they can go to your IG. Apart
Yes.
from that, where should they stalk you?
Stalk me on Instagram. I'm always here. I go live twice a week. I interview, so I'm going to say some of everyone because there's been singers and producers and actors like the Oprah Winfrey Network. They were on. I talk to everybody. I don't care but you have to have at some point chosen your path. That does not mean that you're rich. That does not mean that you have a bunch of accolades. It just means that whatever you're doing right now, you have chosen it and you're happy with what that is that you've chosen. You're living in that passion. So.
Yeah, if someone, apart from that, if someone wanted to deep dive and needed more help from you, I mean,
Yes.
what do they do next?
Oh gosh. So when you click on my link in my bio, it says contact Sherontelle. All of the links are there. The emails are there. Speaking of three-time Grammy nominated producer, Davian Box, he's there.
Woohoo! Thank you
You
so
were
much.
just talking about you.
Awesome.
Yeah, so That's what it would find me. Like when you click that link, that is my digital business card, which is absolutely amazing. And everything is there. The books, the YouTube channel, however you can find me, the LinkedIn, everything is right there. Yep. Bats World Studios. He says good morning. And it's 9 o'clock. It's like 9:30 there, right?
Hi,
PM.
Botswell Studios. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. This has been a growth mindset with Sherontelle. Sherontelle, if you already just joined in, of course, she is international best-selling author, celebrity publicist to people like Tyrus Gibson and many, many more. If you haven't followed her, do go to her IG, and then she has a whole link where you can stalk her and get more value out of her. So thank you so much for being with us today. And I wish your son a speedy recovery. And
Thank you
before we
so
go,
much.
do you have any parting thoughts for all of us?
I think I think that I would love to say, just look at how you're looking at your challenges, look at how you're looking at your failures, and really start looking from a growth mindset. Instead of saying it's so hard, just say, I'm going to keep going and keep trying anyway. So it's all about changing your mindset. So let's change our mindset to a more growth, a more growing mindset versus a fixed. Because
Well
if
said.
the fix, I'm sure is not working. Fix don't work. Fix leave you stuck.
Yeah, well said, you know, and for those who actually is on Clubhouse, I have a nightly room at 10:30, and this is something that I learned what challenges are, and it is not by myself. It's apparently it's by a Toastmaster, a blind Toastmaster, master Toastmaster. He said the word challenge, right? What the
Yes.
word challenge is, if you take out the middle three words, which is LLE, your lame, lousy excuses, and you get change, right?
I love
So
that.
I absolutely love that, and I think thank you so much for being with us. And I shouldn't keep you any much longer. You look absolutely
Thank
fabulous,
you. So
and
do you.
keep safe. And thank you for doing
Oh, and
doing
tell your
this.
wife I said hello.
We'll do that.
Hmm.
And this really has encouraged me to move out of my comfort zone to do more of this. Thank you so much. Till then, thank you,
You're
ladies
so
and gentlemen.
welcome. Bye
Sherontelle.
bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you all for watching. I'll wait for you to exit and I'll
Okay, I'll
close.
exit. Okay.
Thank you. Woohoo! Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. And this has been my first IG Live with Sherontelle. And thank you so much for being here. And Darren Hightower and Tammy Kali. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye. Thank you. This is Kit Chan signing off from Malaysia. Bye-bye, Vivian. Take care. See you. Stay safe. Thanks a lot, Vivian. We got to do a tour to Wong Kee when you're ready, okay? When it's safer to go. Take care, bye. Thank you, Macy. Thank you, Macy. Thank you for the encouragement. Okay, bye-bye. See you.